Well, we have with us Mr. Kamal Khetan, who joins us, I think, of Sunteck Realty. Just confirming with the director that we have him with us. All right. Hi, Mr. Khetan. Thanks so much, sir. Finally, we have you on the phone line. Well, the numbers are looking pretty decent in terms of your sales as well as collections. Give us some more details, sir. BKC, how many units did you sell? And what was the average selling price on a per flat basis?
Good morning, Nigel, Mangalam, and good morning, viewers. Units, in fact, in BKC, we sold 3 units worth 77 crores. And so our unsold inventory is right now 51 units worth almost 2,230 crores.
The realizations you said were?
So the realization is close to approximately 50,000 rupees a square feet.
All right. And what about your Oshiwara unit? If you could tell the same for the Oshiwara unit, how many units did you sell, at what realizations, and what the unsold inventory out there is?
So we have sold this quarter 28 units. Vis-a-vis last quarter, in fact, it was much lesser, 17 units. And the average realization is around close to 15,000 rupees a square feet here. And so total units sold till now is 518 units, which is approximately worth almost 900 crores. We have another unsold inventory close to 480 units worth 950 crore approximately.
All right, sir. How is demand on the ground, if you could tell us, for particularly this Oshiwara project? Because I remember a time when everyone used to relate Sunteck only to the BKC project, which was beyond everyone's, budget, because that was at around 50,000 rupees on a per square foot basis. So give us a sense, sir, of how is demand panning out. You have around more than 400 units to sell out there. Is it looking good enough?
Yeah, so Nigel, in fact, if you see, like BKC, people were not believing in BKC. This is ODC is now another upcoming location by MMRDA. MMRDA is trying to plan Oshiwara District Centre here, and it's a commercial new destination which is
right, sir. But how is demand, sir? If you could help us out with how is demand on the ground?
So so demand is really good. In fact, if you in last 1 month since we have done a new launch activation, we have done a really good sales. I will not be able to give the numbers, but if you see that quarter on quarter our numbers are growing and our sales are going very, very well, and the sales are, I can say, only Nigel, is excellent and very good right now. All
right, we'll hold on to your word and then keep watching your quarterly performance to see whether the deed matches the action or not. A word on the affordable housing. You know, everyone keeps talking about affordable housing. What's the sort of opportunity that you see there? When do you plan to launch your first affordable housing project? And how much money does that require for you to go ahead and launch an affordable housing project?
So, again, if you see, very frankly, we are looking, last time when you have interviewed me, I have told that we'll be launching our project in next 3 to 6 months. So now I can say, as most of the approvals are in place, I can confidently tell you that we'll be launching in next 3 months. And what we are looking to launch in first phase is close to 1.5 million square feet, approximately 2,000 units. And we are looking at a revenue potential of close to 750 crores to 1,000 crore, in fact.
Okay.
And phase one, the construction, because the land is like, it's in a JDA model, so we don't have to invest much. Only the money which has to go for the construction for the first phase is like only 325 crores, and that money will come from the pre-sale. So, in fact, ideally looking the situation, I think Sunteck won't need to put any money. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So from BKC to Goregaon to Naigaon is, across the spectrum, Mr. Khetan, is what you're talking about. So you said you don't require much funds to develop this. What is the current debt in your books? Will you raise any money in the future?
So our debt is very, very, I think, one of the strongest balance sheet in the industry what we have. The debt equity ratio is just meager 0.17, and the net secured debt is just, if you see, 311 crore, and the unsecured debt is just 142 crores. So looking at that, obviously, we don't see any reason, and looking at a very strong cash flows from our current project, I think we don't think that we'll raise any money in future anyhow now.
Mr. Khetan, you're talking about strong cash flows. So two questions then. One, what kind of cash flows do you predict in the coming fiscal, operating cash flows, as well as you've taken an approval of raising around 2,000 crores. So is that routine? What was the need for that?
So if you see the current quarter, the cash flow jump has been means it is like a jump of almost 50-60% over the last quarter.
What's the number?
So it was a 38% jump. In fact, last quarter we collected 112 crore, and this quarter, so this last quarter means 154 crore vis-a-vis corresponding quarter of FY17 was only 112 crore. So we have already jumped of 38%. And this will continue to, you will continue to see this buoyancy of collection.
All right, so final question before we let you go. The DCR, the new development, the entire project, all those details have come out. Does it make any difference, sir, to your, to your residential land, to your commercial land? If you could give us a sense of that, your understanding?
With the increase in FSI, definitely, Nigel, there is a increase in benefits what we will get, but we have not looked into detail, so I would not like to comment here.
Okay.
But in future, definitely we'll give you, we'll come out with the exact numbers and clarify.
Very quickly, sir, in ODC, it is a residential project, or is there commercial as well out there?
So it's a mixed-use development, and just we have launched recently. What we are selling is only Avenue 1 and Avenue 2, which is residential. But coming forth, we'll be launching in next 3 to 6 months the commercial as well. And commercial will have retail, mall, high street, and in fact, you will see also multiplexes and all, everything. In fact, commercial office as well. That will in fact drive the demand of residential much more, and the demand of commercial will drive more demand for the residential.
All right, Mr. Khetan, thanks a lot for joining in and giving us all those details. We saw a bit of a flare on the stock given the unsold inventory that you spoke about, along with the prospects of operating cash flow going forward and the affordable housing. That is something we will be keeping an eye out on. But with that, let's move on to the next company. We have Shipping Corporation.